The shakeup of the court's long-standing tradition of passing around the title of Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. This is an administrative position that's simply for a one-year term. Justice Larry Starcher was bypassed this year, so Justice Robin Davis could stay at the Chief Justice position for another year. Now Justice Joe Albright is bypassed in favor of Brent Benjamin, who will become Chief Justice in 2009 instead of Albright. What do you think of this? Is this a Blankenship influence, or what does influence? So this was always kind of a non-issue, and suddenly it's a real issue for the court.
Well, it does appear to be a real issue, and when you look at it, you think, well, there's a 3-vote majority whose opinions are different from the 2-vote minority. If you put them on a liberal-conservative spectrum, the liberal justices appear to have lost out and the conservative justices appear to have won. I don't know, there's probably something to that. Is it a Blankenship-influenced action? I don't think so. I think there are simply 3 justices who decide they want to do it one way and 2 justices who would rather have it done the way it has been. The important thing to recognize is that the Chief Justice position rotated in West Virginia, and we're one of very few states where that Chief Justice position rotates, by the way. But it rotated because the justices of the court decided it would rotate. And they are free at any time to change their minds about that, and they have made exceptions over the years. This is the first time since this system went into effect that a justice has been bypassed for non-necessary reasons, illness, resignation, something like that. The court has said that Justice Davis, who served a one-year term and then would have been replaced in rotation by Justice Starcher, deserved an additional one-year term, had done a good job, especially with regard to the year of the child, which was sort of the court's theme. Whether that's literally true or not, I think only the justices know that. Appearances were not good, and Justice Starcher certainly appeared to be disappointed. Now, bypassing Justice Albright, certainly Justice Albright is disappointed about that. He voted to have that position. But the court rationalized it, saying it was Justice Benjamin's turn because he had been bypassed. He was a new member of the court when his slot would have come up, but he was brand new and hadn't been on the court for a full term yet, so he wasn't, in a sense, ready to be Chief Justice. Whether those things are true, who knows? But you know, it's called the Supreme Court. The word supreme is the important term. They can do what they want to do, not just with regard to cases, but with the way the office is run. And that's what they're doing.
So, the legal community, should we brace ourselves for more rich businessmen getting involved with what has been, up until now, sleepy Supreme Court races? Is the legal community kind of looking at this and going, well, what's next? Who's next with their money to come forward and get involved in a Supreme Court race so that the court will go their way?
Well, it certainly hasn't escaped the notice of the legal community. There's a lot of discussion about the cost of judicial elections. In fact, there is so much discussion about it that the West Virginia State Bar actually organized a committee to look at the method by which we select judges, not justices. That was not part of their mandate. But the concept of judicial selection is something that is much discussed, not only in West Virginia, but in the United States generally. But Beth, one of the, call it an unfortunate truth if you want to, about our society is this is America. We're a capitalist society. Inherent in the concept of capitalism is the influence and power of money. So are we surprised that money would become involved in political elections? Always has been. It's just the race for Supreme Court Justice in West Virginia has always sort of been overlooked by those interests. Now I think they determined that there's some value in being able to have some influence, however great or small, at the Supreme Court, and they're putting their money on those horses, as it were.
Dan Ringer, the host of The Law Works on West Virginia PBS, thanks so much for joining us on Outlook this week.
You're quite welcome, Beth. Thank you.